Weird stuff. Some really strange thing happened last night too, just when I went to bed after midnight. I could hear people vacuuming next door. I mean, it is the perfect time to do your house cleaning, I guess, after midnight. I mean, it's very strange, some of the sounds you hear. It didn't go on for too long, thank God, but pretty weird. But I just seem to get that. I was getting some very quirky neighbours, and I'd regard that as fairly quirky. But yeah, I just walked past my car park coming out here, and my neighbour has, I think it's his girlfriend's car, is parked in my spot again. He either does it from time to time and leaves the other one free, but now both of the spots, his spot and the one which is mine, is taken up today. I just think it's pretty rude that they didn't even ask me whether they could use my spot. I mean, after all, this part of the deal, I paid for it. It is part of my property. I will ask for a clarification from the body corporate woman to see what she says. I don't want to come down too heavy because you've got to live with your neighbours, but I think it's, like I say, I think it's extremely rude to not even ask if they could use it. I probably would have said it's okay, it's not an issue, but I just want to be told, and just want someone to actually at least show the consideration to say, well look, you know, I know it's your spot, but I might need it. If you're not going to use it, do you mind if my girlfriend uses it? Fine. Until I have, say, friends staying over and they might want to use the spot, in which case I will then demand it, obviously. But yeah, I just think it's, you know, just assuming that they can just use it because it's spare. They don't know what my lifestyle is. He doesn't know me that well. He's met me once, so not impressed. Oh, another observation I'd make about up here is it's pretty similar to Melbourne in that the pedestrian lights here are as useless as they are down south, in that it always takes too long for the red light to go on for the pedestrian to cross after you push the button, and by that time inevitably nearly everybody's already crossed the road. So it's just a ridiculous system. If they'd respond a little faster, it would make a lot more sense, but for some reason there's always a delay of around a minute or two. It may not sound like a lot, but you get pretty pissed off when you just want to walk across the street and there's no cars there. You think, bugger it, I'm just going to cut across when at that time, in you know, dodging between traffic, which is not the safest thing, I admit, but people do it, and you have to be realistic when designing these things. And if they don't respond in a timely manner, people will just ignore them and go their own way. It's like building a pathway. There's not a direct route. People will always sort of find the direct route, and they'll avoid the pathway and say wear a track through a nice grass cover, for instance. It's just the way people are. You have to come to terms with it. And if a few more planners maybe did that, we might be better off. I mean, I do concede that in the case of pedestrian crossings, if they'd already been just pushed prior to that pedestrian turning up by another pedestrian, sure, I can understand there has to be a delay to allow traffic flow. But I think in this case, we're not talking about a heavily trafficked pedestrian crossing. It's just the way they're designed in general, and it's been right throughout the place. It's not just the one pedestrian crossing I'm talking about. It's definitely a pattern.